Welcome! I am CM of Global Strategy Real Estate, and I am very pleased to be here with you today in joining us in today's webinar, which would help enthusiasts to learn more about boosting your property value. This webinar is a result of a collaboration between Under One Roof and Global Strategy Real Estate Incorporated. We would like to thank the former for giving us the necessary support to come up with this webinar series. To kick off this evening's webinar, I would like to introduce to you our very own Mads Magsino. She graduated from the Royal and Pontifical University of Santo Tomas with Bachelor of Science in Interior Design. Currently, she is the in-house interior designer of Global Strategy Real Estate. Joining her is Ms. Nicole Relucio. She graduated from Central Escolar University with Bachelor of Arts in Mass Broadcast Communication. She is a licensed teacher and currently the showroom supervisor of Under One Roof.
Hi, CM.
So good evening, guys. Again, I am Mads, and today I am very excited to be able to discuss with you our topic, which is GSR interior services. So today, we're going to talk about how you can boost your property value. So I'd like to ask you guys a question. Would you rather have a space that looks like this, empty, or one that looks like this? So looking at this picture, you'll see the impact of GSR's interior services. So what do I mean by interior? So let me read this first. In simple terms, interior architecture is a combination of interior design and architecture. While an architect looks to design the framework of a building and also advise on its construction, an interior architect looks to update an interior space by reconstructing or reshaping a space. So by hearing what I said, I'm sure you guys could get a gist of what interior is all about. But to further discuss, here are two words that you guys will see on the screen. And these two represent GSR's services. So first, on the left, we have furnishing, and on the right, we have maintenance. So these two actually go hand in hand. But first of all, let's discuss furnishing. So furnishing, the purpose of furnishing is to actually increase the function of a space. That's because, of course, we would like to increase the marketability of a space or the closability of a unit. And of course, with this consideration, we would like to extend the lifespan of a unit by doing or having it maintained. So, which is why we have the other service called maintenance. So, maintenance is actually focused on repairs, renewal, and replacement of damaged items. Okay, so I'd like to first go on ahead and discuss about furnishing. So, what are the benefits of interior furnishing? I've broken it down into three easy things, so you guys could just absorb it well. So first, it benefits the rental income yield. So based on research, if you actually furnish a unit, there are chances that you can increase the rental price from 25 to 50%. So if you think about it from an investor's perspective, this is not a bad thing at all because let's say you have a 8,000 peso condo unit and let's say it increases by 50%. So from 8,000 it turns into 12,000. So if you think about the, let's say, the compound income by the end of the year, 12,000 would make a bigger impact compared to that of the 8,000. Okay, so that's the first point. The second would be marketability. So this goes hand in hand. Of course, it's more attractive to look at a unit that's actually been prepared already for you or one that already has function compared to a unit that doesn't have anything inside of it. So we all know that digital marketing is the way to go nowadays. So having a unit whose pictures you can post online with a higher chance of, let's say, shareability could create a good stance for the investor. So if you think about it from, let's say, if you think about it from an investor's perspective, to put it simply, good design equals shares, and more shares equals more marketability, and more marketability equals a higher closing rate. So that would actually transcend to my third point, which is increased closing rate. Okay, so moving on, we actually have 3 types of furnishing units or furnishing services that you guys could avail of. So we have here standard, mid, and high. So as you can see, we've broken it down into 3 to make it easy for our clients to distinguish. And you will see here that, let's first go into standard, which is letter B. For standard, we only consider, let's say, essential items. So that would be things that you basically cannot live without, like a bed or the cooking range and the other equipment, stuff like that. And then moving on, going to mid, this package is basically a fully functional package. So everything that you need inside the unit, but without any excess. So think about it from a minimalist perspective. Very purposeful, but no aesthetic considerations. And then the reason why we have our last package, which is high, is because this kind of unit could place you in, let's say, a larger advantage compared to that of other investors, because the high unit would actually have more aesthetic considerations. So just like, or in connection to what I said earlier, the better or the more aesthetic considerations you have for your unit, the higher the chances of closing. And then, okay, so I created a bit of like a diagram for you guys to just, so you guys could just be able to like absorb all of the information. So basically this is the chart. And then you will see that I've subdivided everything into 4 items. So those are the types of items that you will find in the unit. There's furniture, fixture, equipment, and accessories. So just to put it simply, this is just for your reference, but same as what I said earlier. So essential is only the standard, or the essential package only has items that you cannot live without. The mid one has a fully functional package, and the high package would have everything inside plus more. Okay, so before we move on, I would actually like to commend some items that you should consider. Let's say if you're planning to do a DIY for your condominium, I would like to mention a few appliances that I think are worth buying for your unit. So as you can see here, we have the 60 centimeter range hood. So why 60? It's very important to understand that condominiums have very small proportions. So whenever you're trying to purchase items, you have to consider what are the requirements of the developer. So one of the items that we actually found very useful whenever we furnish for clients is this range hood, because you'll see the key features. It fits condo measurements and requirements. So you wouldn't have to have conflict with, let's say, the developer in putting these items inside your unit. Second, it has 3 blower speeds, and last of all, it has low noise. So if you think about it, a condo is usually stacked right next to each other. So it's really, really great that this appliance is low noise, because at least you wouldn't have to be able to, like, let's say, bother your neighbors whenever you're cooking or anything like that. And then another home appliance that we loved is this front load combination washing machine. Combination because it has both washer and dryer. So again, considering that condominiums are very, very small, you have to maximize your space. So since this washing machine actually functions as both washer and dryer, we get to save on a lot of space. And at the same time, our clients wouldn't need to hang their clothes inside, let's say, the bathroom. And then it could, yeah, it functions as both, and it could take on a lot of weight. So you could put a load of clothes in there and have your washing done in no time. Okay, so I bet you guys are wondering, how do we go on about this? Let's say if I want GSR to dress up my condo. So to give you guys a flow of how we do things, I presented this. So first of all, we usually receive your inquiries depending on where you ask. It could be through email, social media, or anywhere you like. You could even give us a call. And then after we receive your inquiry, we'll reply to you, of course, and then we'll try to set an ocular inspection for your unit. This is very, very important because in our inspection, this is where we identify whether there are leftover problems in your unit that needs maintenance, or if it's newly turned over, we can identify the format of the unit and the items that will be precise and that will be a perfect fit for your unit. So after our ocular inspection, we will send you a quote. So that depends on how much, let's say, not problems, but how much requirements you have for us. So after a duration of days, we'll send you a quote, and this quote will have a 3D along with it. And then that will be, of course, up to you. And after your approval, we'll have your unit scheduled. Okay, so this is the finished product. So if you take a look, this is actually one of our favorite works in the office. And yeah, so as you can see, we deliver results as a company. So yeah, that's our furnishing.
Thank you for that very insightful presentation, Miss Mads. Let's now move on with our maintenance services.
Okay, so moving on to maintenance. As I said earlier, your condo cannot go without maintenance because this assures the longevity of your unit, meaning more income for you in the future. So moving on, what are the benefits of interior maintenance? I've put it down again into 3 points, and let's discuss the first one. So the first one would be a longer life cycle of the unit. So as I kept repeating earlier, of course, whenever you have your unit maintained, it's more likely that you can keep the quality pristine. So basically, having some sustainability inside the unit could create you in a good position because it's very, very efficient on costs compared to, let's say, not having your unit maintained for a long period of time and then having it only repaired once the damages are major. So yeah, that's my first point. And then second point would be, again, marketability. Of course, if you place two pictures of units together, and then you compare one that hasn't been maintained properly to one that has been, of course, it's easier for, let's say, investors who have units that have a better quality. So a newer looking unit equals the better chances of closing, or yeah, better marketability. And then my third point would be, once again, compounding profit. Of course, if you sustain your unit, the more chances that it will survive or live through more tenants than one that is not maintained properly. So more usability equals more profitability. And then once again, we have two types for this service. We have emergency concerns and after move-out restorations. So moving on to the first one, emergency concerns. These are usually the urgent concerns, typically tenant concerns that suddenly arise and need immediate intervention. So that could be, let's say, an example would be like a leak or something that basically you just can't ignore. So that's what emergency concerns are. And then the other one would be after move-out restoration. So let's say we have a tenant and then they move out. Of course, the unit wouldn't be as pristine as it once was when it was newly turned over to the tenant. So after they move out, we restore the unit back into, let's say, a good state so that it could be prepared for a newer tenant. So basically, it's just revamping back into a premium state. Okay, so moving on, what are our considerations for this? So I've put a graph here. You can see that we categorize our services into 3 levels depending on urgency, from least to most. So least, of course, would be preventive because that doesn't really require any type of maintenance. And then the middle part would be restoration because that is not as urgent as the latter one, which is emergency. So I'm sure you guys understand because it's very, very straight to the point. But what I'd like to focus on is actually the preventive maintenance. Of course, ideally, we would all like to avoid costs from, let's say, restoration and emergency maintenance. So I encourage everyone to actually, who owns a unit, to actually focus on preventive maintenance more than the restoration and emergency so you could cut down on costs and maximize on your profits. So, okay, before we move any further, I would actually like to recommend one of our YouTube videos, which is called The Mood Boosting Benefits of Cleaning and Maintenance. So you guys could get a gist of the effects of cleaning and maintaining your unit. So it's worth mentioning that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So you could also apply that mentality to taking care of your unit. So check out our YouTube. Okay, so now I would like to give the floor to Miss Nicole because she is going to discuss some of the preventive maintenance appliances that she recommends that we use for our units. Miss Nicole?
Hi, Mads. Thank you. Hi, everyone. To everyone who's watching. I'm Nicole Relucio of Under One Roof Makati, and today we will take away your daily worries as I will introduce you a cleaning friend for everyone and a helper you can count on. So as you can see in the screen, you'll see my Dia M7 vacuum. It's a Dia robot vacuum. This has laser technology This has laser technology that scans and maps your entire house or condominium. Nagkakaroon to ng parang sarili niyang floor plan. So yung floor plan mo, sinusunod siya ng robot. Pero hindi siya yung kung saan-saan lang siya nagpupunta. Susundan talaga niya yung floor plan mo na straight. Hindi zigzag or dito siya pupunta next and then next naman nasa kabila siya. And then the laser even let it clean the dark. This also has equipped with 3 pressure sensors at the top detecting the LDS assembly pressure simultaneously. So ito yung ensure naman ng robot na nalilinis niya yung ilalim ng sofa, ilalim ng bed, na tanggal talaga yung mga dumi doon. And then electronically controlled water tank, easily achieve mopping function. Yung mga tumutulong water dripping can be controlled and you don't have to worry about damaging the floor or baka mamaya may mga babuong water sa mga kawis na floor. And then this also has a premium 3-stage cleaning system. Nililinis niya yung mga dirt, pet hair. Actually, super ganda nitong robot vacuum sa mga household na meron pets. Like yung mga pet hairs, dogs, cats. You know, Mads, after maglinis nung robot or biglang naglobat siya in the middle while cleaning, it goes back to its base automatically to get charged again.
Wow.
Yeah. Ganon ka-cool yung My Dia robot vacuum na meron kami, which is yun nga, as you can see, My Dia M7 vacuum. Let's move sa let's move to My Dia bed vacuum. So, lahat naman tayo, we all want a clean bed, especially kapag may mga visitors tayo. Di naman natin alam na maraming mga parang alikabok sa katawan nila, especially sa mga nagko-commute. And once na meron humiga sa bed natin, maka-conscious tayo na, ay, baka madumi to or what. So, I'm going to introduce you my Dia Bed Vacuum. So, pag pinapagpag natin yung mga pillows natin, yung mga bedsheet natin, talaga bang, sa tingin mo, Mads, natatanggal ba talaga yung mga dust sa pagpagpag lang natin na simpleng pagpag lang ng 2 beses?
No, ginagawa ko lang para lang magawa.
So, yun yung pinaka ginagawa natin before. Yun yung parang, do you call that traditional ba? Na, kasi syempre, lahat naman tayo, pag naglilinis tayo, pagpag lang. Doon yung kinasanayan natin. Pero yun nga, since we already have my Dia Bed Vacuum, yun yung magtatanggal ng mga bed mites, mga dust. This one is for the people who has allergic rhinitis or allergic to dust. Vacuum for bed sheets, mattress, pillows, and mga sofa, anywhere na pwede siyang gamitin. This has a cyclone filtration system and UV lamp. So UV lamp effectively deactivate viruses, bacteria, molds in a matter of minutes. And lastly, if you can see, it's a Midea cordless 2-in-1 vacuum stick cleaner. Adjustable naman yung mode niya with LED indicator, and it's also a multi-filtration function. And washable din, guys, yung dust cup natin. Meron din siyang filter and HEPA. Mabilis din natin palitan. Pwede natin siyang gawing handheld. So yun nga, 2-in-1 siya. Pwedeng may mahaba, pwede din handheld. 1 button lang din yung release cup niya. And also, removable sponge filter and easy to empty. So no more dirt anywhere within your homes. Yeah, that's all for me, Mads. If you have any questions, you can comment it down below.
Okay, guys, so you heard that. Comment down below if you have any questions for Miss Nicole. She's very, very happy to answer them. Okay, so those were some very, very awesome appliances that Miss Nicole mentioned. Okay, so moving on, let's discuss again the steps for inquiring with us for, let's say, the maintenance for your unit. So, very similar to our furnishing steps. We first receive your inquiry, and then upon inquiry, we would have to do an ocular inspection. So, the ocular inspection ensures that we see all of the damages that we would have to repair, and then from this we would be able to quantify how much we would charge you in order to make your unit look new again. So after the ocular inspection for, let's say, a duration of days, you would expect a coat, and then once you receive the coat, of course still adjustable, you can ask us to adjust it if you aren't satisfied with the price. But of course, we would discuss what options we could provide for you for, let's say, adjusting a coat. And then, let's say, once you're comfortable with, or once you're good with the price, you would have this approved, and then we will have it scheduled and inform you when your schedule would be and how many, the number of days it would take to repair the damage inside your unit.
We'd like to move now to frequently asked questions for our presenters, and we've already gathered good questions. So here are the FAQs. First question, where can we inquire?
You can inquire with us through any of our social media pages. That's Facebook, Instagram, or sometimes even YouTube. And you can also shoot us an email or call us on our landline.
Second question, how long does it take to furnish a unit?
Furnishing a unit usually takes around 30 to 45 working days, depending on your schedule. So usually when we get an investor to have a unit furnished with us, we inform them of the duration that it would take for their unit to finish.
Third question, can I have some appliances or items customized?
Yes, you can have some appliances or items customized in your quotation. If, let's say, you don't like a particular item, we can switch it up. You can choose between our many options, and we can inquire with under one roof so that you could have a wide range of selections for your appliances or your items inside the unit.
Fourth question. Can I have my unit maintained even without a property management contract from GSR?
Yes, you can have your unit maintained even without a contract from GSR. Just shoot us a message and then we'll help you out. So here comes the most exciting part. Let's discuss the raffle. Nicole?
So this is the raffle prize. As you can see, it's my Dia 1.L multi-cooker here. To win this prize, you just have to like and share our Facebook page. We will put the link below. It's a Facebook page for GSR and Under One Roof. So you just have to comment a screenshot below in the comment box, and we will randomly pick a winner to be announced later.
All right, so for the closing remarks, let's move on back to CM.
Once again, thank you to our speakers, Ms. Mads and Ms. Cole. To our live viewers, please don't forget to like, follow, and share all the social media pages of GSR and Under One Roof. So that would be all. This is GSR, keeping real estate simple.